Hello, welcome to this presentation. In this presentation, we are going to look at introduction to ethics in human resource management. So, ethics is all about adopting the principles of fairness, justice, and respect for employees within an organization. As human resource managers, you need to make sure that your employees are respected, they are fairly treated, and then justice is given to each and everyone in the organization. So if you don't do that, then you are not a good human resource manager. So it's about doing the right thing, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. So you have to make such kind of decision where you feel it is very difficult for you to make. Maybe you are going to make the decision against your best friend in the organization. It's all about maybe suspending him or even uh, firing him because of misconduct in the organization. So you need to do that. Don't favor if you want to be ethical in an organization. So basically, that is the overview of ethics, human resource management. Why is ethics important in human resource management? One is it helps to attract and retain top talent. People will be having interest of working in your organization because you practice ethics. Ethics is basically doing good and avoiding what? Bad. So the potential employees will be interested in working with you. And once they are recruited, you will be able to maintain them or to retain them because the work environment is conducive, is not like harsh or negative to them in terms of being unethical. So that is the advantage of being ethical in human resource management. The next advantage is it helps to improve employee morale and the productivity. Employees will be more productive and high morale if you are fair to them, if you respect them. No one would want to work in an environment whereby he or she feels that he is not respected. So by you respecting the employees, by you treating them fairly, they are going to be more productive to the organization. And what happens is that the organization will be performing well if the employees are productive because the performance of organization depends on the performance of its employees. The next important of ethics in human resources is that it helps to reduce employee turnover. A turnover is a situation where people coming and leaving the organization because of unethical practices in that particular organization. So if you are ethical enough, it means you're going to avoid or minimize the rate of labor turnover in your company. The next importance is that it helps to build a strong corporate reputation. By corporate reputation, we are meaning the reputation of the organization. People will be happy about the company. When they hear the name of the company, they say, okay, this company is good. But if you are not practicing ethics in your organization, then your reputation is damaged. Okay. The moment they hear about the name of your company, they'll be like, these ones, they are thief, they are corrupt, they will be calling you all sort of names. So trying to be ethical so that the reputation of the organization can be very, very strong. Then lastly, comply with the legal and regulatory requirements. Things to do with the harassment at workplace, it has its own penalties. So if you are a manager or a human resource manager for that case, and you're making sure that there is ethics in the organization, there is a punishment fairly given to people who are involved in unethical practices, then you are actually complying with the requirements of the country because it is not legal or it is not right to harass someone at the workplace. It's not right to treat people differently or unfairly. So if you treat them fairly, equally, it means you are actually complying with the laws of the country. Basically, these are some of the importance of ethics in human resource management. Now, let us look at the ethical principles in human resource management. One is fairness. It means you need to treat employees with respect, regardless of their gender, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their age. Okay, you need to treat them fairly. So this aspect of treating employees based on their maybe race, this is from my region, or this is a man, I need to favor him. No, no, it doesn't work. If you are the human resource manager, you need to be fair enough to make sure that everyone is treated equally, everyone is respected regardless of the race, wherever they come from. That is principles number one in human resource management. The next principle is that justice. So you need to ensure that all employees are treated equal and have the same opportunities for advancement, as we call justice. If there is a promotion opportunity at the workplace or training opportunity at the workplace, you need to make sure that the selection of people who are going to take part in the training is done in fair way. So another explanation for justice is that if any employee is being harassed, make sure that the person who harassed the employee punished. That's what I mean by justice. If you punish the person who harassed the fellow employees, it means the one who is a victim of harassment will feel at least relieved. There will be that kind of peace of mind because of the punishment given to the person who has harassed him or her. So you need to be having that in mind. The next principle is respect. We need to value the contributions of all employees and create a work environment where everyone feels respected and valued. Respect is very important. Even if you are the manager, you need to respect your juniors by not shouting at them, by appreciating them, by talking to them in a way which makes them appreciated. But if you're a manager who likes shouting at employees, then you are not doing the things of ethics. That is not ethics. Because that person you are shouting at is a father somewhere or is a mother somewhere, is a very important person somewhere. Just because the person works under you, you are the one supervising the person, you start shouting at that person. It's not right. So as a manager, make sure that you treat your employees with the maximum respect. By the way, if you respect someone, of course, what you receive in return is respect. They will also uh, respect you. The next principle is privacy. So you need to keep the secret of some employees. The secrets can be in terms of their medical uh, record or any other thing related to their personal lives. Please, you need to maintain it secret. Confidentiality management is very important in the organization to avoid what you call stigma or stigmatization. So if you are revealing someone's medical status, for example, the person may be HIV positive, then you are carelessly telling others the status of that person, then that person will be stigmatized. And what happens when the person is stigmatized is that his level of productivity will definitely go down. So what happens is that the person will either resign from the work or others might even commit suicide. That's very bad. And you find someone can even drag you to court because of revealing his or her medical status. So you need to be very, very careful when it comes to handling the privacy of employees. It's very important to keep it always a secret. The next principle is the basic human rights. So ensure that all employees are treated with dignity and respect and their basic human rights are protected. Respect for employees is a basic human right. Everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves justice. These are some of the basic rights of employees. Even you, the manager, you also need to be respected. So, as the human resource manager, you need to create that environment whereby employees' respect is highly promoted. So these are some of the principles of human resource management or principles of ethics in human resource management. Now, let us look at the areas of ethics in human resource management. One is recruitment and selection. So, here you need to be fair and transparent in your recruitment process. The human resource normally face challenges of trying to recruit someone related to them, trying to recruit friend or things like that. But you need to be fair in that process. If you are trying to recruit someone related to you, but to make sure that the person has the required qualification, has gone through the necessary protocols in order to get the job, that's not a problem. But this thing of doing the business underground is not needed. So in recruitment selection, make sure that the people who you are going to recruit have gone through the necessary protocols or the interview stages before they are finally hired. The next area of ethics is compensation and benefits. So you need to make sure that people are paid equally. Do not segregate. For example, you may have some people getting less money than others, yet they do the same tasks. Okay, that is not allowed. So you need to make sure that everyone gets a salary or they pay based on the organizational policies instead of favoring some groups of people in the organization by giving them high pay and then the rest you give low pay. That is not acceptable as a human resource manager. The next one is training and development. So opportunity for all employees to develop their skills and the knowledge should be availed to everyone in the organization. If you are going to select them for the training opportunity, the criteria should be transparent. Do not point at people whom you think can go for training because of your relationship with them. Maybe they are from the region, maybe they are your friends, they are your relatives, etc. No, don't do that. Make sure that the selection process is very transparent and everyone will be contented by the end of the day. The next area is performance management. So you need to review the performance of every employee in the organization, regardless of their gender, regardless of their race, regardless of their qualifications. So you need to review the performance. You can do this by conducting what you call performance appraisal, which is basically reviewing the performance of the employees in an organization. And when you're doing the appraisal, you need to make sure that you are fair. Don't favor other groups by appraising their performance highly because of your connections with them. Don't, no, no. So make sure that everyone's performance is reviewed and appraised in fair way. The next one is discipline and determination. So if you are going to be disciplining employees in an organization, you need to have a clear policies for disciplining the employees. So don't favor other people. So the process will be consistent, apply to everyone in the organization. Anyone who is involved in discipline cases, the person has to go through the disciplinary procedures so that he or she will be punished based on the uh, gravity of the offense or unethical practices committed within the organization. The last one is workplace safety and healthy. So you need to make sure that the work environment is healthy and safe for all the employees. If you are sending employees to the field or to the site, make sure that the site is safe. And if it is not safe, don't choose particular group of people whom you don't like to go there because they're going to get physical injury, which is not good. So these are some of the areas of ethics in human resource management. As a human resource manager or as a potential human resource manager, you need to take care of them and then make sure that you are not mismanaging those areas. Now let us look at the ethical challenges in human resource management. Number one is discrimination. Discrimination can be on the basis of race, gender, religion, whereby if you are the Christian, you end up favoring the Christian compared to the Muslims. Okay, that is not right. And then discrimination can also be based on gender. whereby you favor a particular group of employees. If they are ladies, you favor ladies and then you ignore the men, or you favor the men, you ignore the lady. That is not right. Make sure that you don't discriminate anyone. The next one is harassment. You need to prevent harassment. You see, harassment can be in terms of sexual, especially the female employees. There have been cases of sexual harassment at workplace. Female workers are always victims of that. The bosses are harassing them seriously. Okay, that if you want your contract to be renewed, I have to take you through the red carpet test. That's what they call it normally, the red carpet test. Okay, if you don't want, I'm not going to renew your contract. So that is very, very terrible. It is bad. It is a sin. Don't do that. Okay, if you are in love with a lady, use the right approach than using your authority in the organization to manipulate things. That's not right. It is not a crime if you use the right approach and then you fall for each other. There's no problem with that. But harassing them, asking for sex before they sign the contract, maybe asking before promotion, no, that is not right as human resource. Don't do that. The next one is a conflict of interest. Employees will be having different interests in the organization. So you need to make sure that such conflicts are resolved as soon as possible. Don't leave the conflict unresolved. And if you're resolving the conflict, do not take side. Be neutral. By taking side, it means you are actually practicing unethical behaviors. So remain neutral as a manager to mediate the conflict so that you find a mutual ground of resolving the conflict. Then the last one is gifts and the gratitude. So you don't need to accept gifts. This could be seen as a bribe, okay, for promotion. Some employees, when they know that there is opportunity for promotion, they end up giving you gift as human resource to bribe you so that you say, ah, this guy last time he or she gave me, let me promote him. No, okay. Don't accept gifts because you want to promote someone or because someone wants to be promoted. But there's nothing wrong with that. If you accept the gift but you stick to the policy, there's no problem. But if you accept the gift, then at the end of the day, you promote the person has actually bribed you. And that is a challenge. You find it very difficult to leave the gift. Okay. Can you take the gift because the person wants to be promoted? Or you reject the gift and then promote the person. So it's up to you to decide, but don't take the gift and then as a bribe to promote the person. So these are some of the challenges in ethics, in human resource management. So now let us look at understanding ethics and its role in human resource management. So what is ethics? It's the study of right and wrong behavior. That's basically the definition of ethics, the study of right and wrong behavior. So it's about making decisions that are fair, just and respectful of others. And then lastly, ethical principles guide our behavior in all areas of life, including our work. So here we are talking about work, but ethics is not only practiced at work environment. Even at home, you can be practicing ethics with your family, with your friends, with your relatives, etc. So that's basically the role of ethics in human resource management. So, what is the role of ethics in human resource management? Ethics plays a critical role in human resource because it helps to create a positive and productive work environment. So, if you are ethical enough to promote justice, fairness, respect at workplace, then I'm telling you, you are going to have a positive work environment. But if you don't promote justice, respect, you don't respect employees, you don't appreciate them, you are actually creating a negative uh, work environment. So our focus is on the positive aspect of it. The role of ethics is to make sure that you promote a positive work environment. So when human resource professionals act ethically, they are more likely to attract and retain top talent, improve employee morale and their productivity, and build a strong corporate reputation. You, as a human resource manager, you can either damage the reputation of the organization or build it strong. By doing the right thing, you're going to build the reputation of the organization. By doing the wrong thing, of course, you are killing the reputation of that particular organization. So when people hear about the name of your company, say, this one corrupt, this one they're after people's wives. This one, okay, they'll call you all this kind of nonsense. So, as human resource managers, you need to make sure that it is your responsibility to take the organization to another level by doing right things so that the reputation of your company is actually respected. Now, let us look at the professional organizations in human resource management. One is we have the Society for Human Resource Management, which is abbreviated as the SHRM. So this one they emphasize fairness in recruitment. If you are trying to recruit, you need to make sure that you follow the recruitment procedures, the interviews, so that you select the person who has really passed, or what you can call selection on merit. Then respect. Okay, you need to be respecting employees regardless of their qualification, regardless of their gender, etc. You need to give them respect, and then transparency. This is all about accountability now. Do not hide anything from the team. You are the human resource manager. All the recruitment documents should be made available to the organization. Whoever is in organization should be able to access the recruitment documents from day one up to the last day of the recruitment exercise. This will help to promote transparency and accountability. The next organization is the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development, which is abbreviated as the CIPD. So this one they promote integrity, objectivity, and confidentiality. All about respecting employees' privacy. Privacy matters a lot. Once it is not respected, once it is revealed, the employees will feel demotivated. The employees will feel stigmatized. By the end of the day, the organization suffers in terms of low productivity, in terms of low performance. The next organization is the Human Resource Certification Institute, which is abbreviated as HRCI. The HRCI's code focuses on professional responsibility, ethical behavior, and HR expertise. They are basically focusing on expertise or professionalism concerning the human resource and then other areas. For example, if you are the finance, you work in the finance department, they emphasize people who are expertise in what? In in finance. So that's about the HRCI as in our professional organization, human resource management. Now let us look at the codes of Society of Human Resource Management. One is their value is they emphasize integrity, fairness, confidentiality, and respect in human resource practices. So, what is the application to you, the human resource? The application is that you need to incorporate principle into your training and employee relation. That is the principle of confidentiality, fairness, integrity. You need to incorporate them in recruitment. That means you don't need to go and get people anyhow. They have to go through the recruitment protocols. That's about the Society of Human Resource Management Code of Ethics. Now, the next one is the CIPD Code of Professional Conduct. They emphasize integrity, competency, and respect for individuals. Let me talk about competency. This is about giving the job to people who are competent for that particular job. Do not give job to someone who is not competent. You expect the person to learn the job as he or she is doing it. That is not good. So the ethical guidelines for HR professionals is that it provides guidance on maintaining confidentiality and avoiding conflicts of interest and promoting diversity. When we talk of diversity, is a work environment which is full of people from different religion, people from different region, different background working together. This thing of having only one particular tribe dominating or one region dominating the organization is actually forbidden under the CIPD Code of Professional Conduct. Now let us look at the HRSI Code of Ethics and Professional Responsibility. Here they emphasize competence again, integrity, confidentiality, and the professional responsibility. So they also focus much on the practitioner, which is about highlighting the ethical standard in the workplace. So if you are working, you need to implement or you need to be following the ethical standard where you are working. That means you don't do things of your own, but you follow the standards which is already set by the organization. Now, let's look at the common themes in human resource management code of ethics. One is integrity. Integrity can be explained in terms of honesty, it can be explained in terms of truthfulness and ethical decision making. So that's about integrity. So you need to be honest if you are to be successful as human resource manager. Do not forge, do not encourage what you call falsification of document. People go and forge document and then they come and work. But they're performing, of course, but their document is not authentic. What you do as human resource? If you know it and you keep quiet, then you are not honest. You need to be honest. Then confidentiality. It's all about protecting sensitive employee data. Like I've told you from the beginning that such information, if it is leaked, the employees will feel demotivated, demoralized, and stigmatized. So do not leak such kind of information to, to the public or to the people within the organization. Then fairness and equity, ensuring equitable treatment of employees and the candidates is a recurring theme. So equitable treatment can be in terms of course, salary. Payment can be in terms of promotion, can be in terms of training opportunities. Will be done in fair and equitable manner. So if you have decided to promote an employee, it should be done in a fair way. Don't bring someone from nowhere and put him in a position where he or she does not deserve to be. Lastly, let us look at the ethical challenges in human resource management. One is the hiring and recruitment. So you need to avoid biases, ensuring diversity and maintaining fairness during the hiring process. So when top of ensuring diversity, you need to have a workforce which is mixed up with, uh, with the different tribes, different age group, different gender, etc. Then employee relations, handling disputes, harassment, and conflicts with integrity and impartiality. Of course, you can't avoid the conflicts in an organization because a conflict happens because of people having different views, people having different background, people having different level of exposures. That's why you can always have organizational conflict. It's part of the organization, whether you like it or not. There is no organization without conflict. So what matters is for you as a management to make sure that such conflicts are resolved or they are prevented from happening. Then the last one is the compensation and benefits. So ensuring equitable pay and benefit distribution while adhering to ethical standards. So give people their money depending on the contract they've signed. If someone has signed for $500, make sure that that money is given to him or her. Don't chop. Some human resource they deduct for what reason you don't know. Apart from the mandatory tax, which is known by everyone, not add on any other deduction there. So these are some of the ethical challenges people face in human resource. And with that, we have come to the end of this presentation, and I expect you to do more research about the ethics in human resource so that you'll have a broader knowledge of the module. So thank you so much for watching and meet you next.